Following last week's teachings on sound and vibration, this week we turn inward, softening, settling, and learning how to live the light that is rising through us. Breathe with me now. Take one long, unhurried breath and feel the subtle frequency that lives in the blood, the quiet pulse beneath your ribs. Your body knows how to receive this. It has been learning already. Perhaps you have felt your sleep shift, or certain foods no longer feel the same, or the weather seems to touch you differently. These are tiny calibrations. Your cells are learning to hold another kind of information, light, as a way of being. This is not a dramatic ascent. There will be no sudden throne in the sky. Becoming light is humble work. It looks like choosing gentleness when the mind wants to react. It looks like slowing a frenetic schedule by 5 minutes and noticing how those 5 minutes recompose the day. It looks like generosity toward your own nervous system. In the small decisions, what you watch, what you eat, the words you answer with, you are building an internal architecture that can host higher frequency without shattering what is still tender. Imagine a crystal waking from winter. First, there is a tiny fracture of brightness at its core. Then more facets begin to reflect. The light spreads through the lattice until the whole crystal sings. You are that crystal. The practices you choose, breath work, quiet movement, soft attention to the body, are the patient rituals that allow light to travel through you without burning what is still fragile. Begin with 3 gentle anchors that restore your nervous system and invite embodiment. First, breath as threshold. 3 times a day, place 1 palm on your heart and 1 on your belly. Inhale to a count that feels like welcome. Exhale to a count that feels like release. Do this for 3 full breaths and then return to your day. This small ritual reassures the nervous system that it is safe to expand. Second, liquid light. Whatever you drink, water, tea, broth, see it as a carrier of frequency. Before you drink, hold the cup for a moment and tilt your intention inward. May this nourish the light in me. This frames consumption as sacred intake and rewires the habitual autopilot of the gut and appetite. Third, boundary of attention. Notice one place throughout your day where attention leaks: social media scrolling, anxious checking, a relationship that drains. For 1 hour, create a polite container, a timer, a quick note to self, or a bow of the head. Return your energy to tasks that feel like repair. Boundaries are not violence. They are the grammar of a refined field. There will be days when the light you carry feels heavy. Old wounds often flare as frequency rises, where the dark parts of the world recognize themselves and protest. When this happens, remember that shadow is not the enemy. It is the old language asking to be remembered and integrated. Bring tender curiosity rather than judgment. Ask, where in my life does this sensation come from? Which small memory is asking to be seen? Let the body answer before the mind writes a story. Movement matters. Not every practice needs to be ornate. A 10-minute, slow movement ritual, soft spinal undulations, gentle hip circles, or an ear-to-shoulder roll done with reverence helps the light recalibrate within tissue and fascia. It teaches the body to behave like a luminous medium rather than static stone. You are becoming light in relationships too. The way you speak to others, the pauses you allow, the way you receive difficult news. All of these are the public demonstrations of an internal shift. Test this. In a conversation today, try responding with a pause that is not fear but attention. Let silence support clarity. You may be surprised at how quickly the field around you reforms. Grounding is not a betrayal of ascent. The higher frequency wants a home. Plant a short practice to anchor your daily ascent. A food that feels earth-honoring, a short walk barefoot, or a gratitude phrase spoken aloud each night. These are not substitutes for practice. They are the tender scaffolding that keeps light embodied. If you notice restlessness, draw your awareness to the small molecules beneath your fingertips, the texture of cloth, the warmth of a cup, the weight of your bones. Naming these simple sensations returns you to the present where integration truly happens. Presence is the environment in which the light can grow steady. Midway through this week, pause and journal 2 lines. Where did I resist becoming lighter? Where did I choose ease? This short inventory is a compass. It will show you where to focus and where to practice gentleness. A practical ritual to try tonight. Before sleep, lay one palm on your solar plexus and whisper, I give this day back to love. Imagine the day folding up like a map and being stored in a sacred drawer. Visualize your nervous system softly inhaling the map, learning its contours. Sleep then becomes the repair shop where light is integrated into bone and memory. Community supports this work. Find or create a small practice circle, a short weekly check-in, a shared breath session, a reading aloud of one paragraph from a poem that helps you remember. Shared frequency accelerates assimilation because the field multiplies the effect of a single intention. You may wonder about signs. Small things will tell you. An easing of chronic pain, a clearer dream that repeats a motif, a sudden compassion where you used to harden. These are not rewards. They are evidence of a new operating system becoming available to you. Receive them without marking yourself up. They are simply benchmarks. If this message stirs something ancient in your soul, subscribe because the next part of this series goes even deeper into practical embodiment. Share this with someone who is learning how to carry light without breaking. When we do this together, the world rearranges itself around gentleness. Close with patience. Becoming light is not a destination but a daily tending. It invites us to slow the rush of spiritual achievement and meet our humanness with soft precision. Listen, again, to that slow rhythm beneath the ribs. Let it teach you. The forgotten light in you is remembering. Don't turn away now.